In the heart of bustling downtown Los Angeles, amid the clatter of city life and the whir of passing cars, stood Station 19, home to some of the city's bravest. Among them was Jake Martinez, a seasoned firefighter known not only for his heroic saves, but also for his deep compassion for every living being, be it human or animal. One crisp morning, as amber leaves danced playfully along the sidewalk, a frantic call pierced the usual station banter. A residential fire was rapidly spreading in a nearby neighborhood. The team, led by Jake, responded with swift precision, sirens wailing through the crowded streets, a stark contrast to the peaceful autumn day. As they approached the scene, thick smoke billowed from a charming two-story house, flames licking the wooden frames with ferocious appetite. Neighbors gathered, whispering anxiously as the firefighters sprang into action. Amid the chaos, Jake heard a faint whimpering sound coming from the backyard. Following the distressing cries, he found a terrified puppy, its fur singed, cowering under a bush. Without a second thought, Jake scooped up the trembling creature, shielding it with his own body as he navigated through the smoke and debris to safety. The crowd cheered as he emerged, the puppy cradled securely in his arms, a small beacon of hope on such a dire morning. What Jake didn't realize, however, was that this was no ordinary rescue. The puppy he had just saved belonged to none other than Clara Bell, a renowned Hollywood actress known for her blockbuster films and a heart of gold, who was currently out of town. This act of bravery was about to catapult Jake into a world as unpredictable and flamboyant as the movies. A world where his simple life of service would collide with the glitz and complexities of celebrity. Jake Martinez had been a fixture at Station 19 for over a decade, his reputation as a dedicated firefighter known throughout the Los Angeles firefighting community. His early years had been marked by a challenging childhood in a rough neighborhood where opportunities were few, but his determination and innate kindness set him apart. This background instilled in him a profound sense of responsibility and a desire to give back to the community that had helped raise him. Station 19 was more than just a workplace for Jake. It was his second home. The team was a tight-knit group, resembling a family more than colleagues. Captain Luis Ramirez, a mentor and father figure to Jake, had seen his potential early on and had been instrumental in his growth as a firefighter. Luis taught him not just the technicalities of firefighting, but the importance of leadership and empathy in their line of work. Aside from his life at the station, Jake was deeply involved in community service. He often visited schools to teach fire safety and volunteered at local animal shelters, reflecting his soft spot for animals. This aspect of his personality made him particularly popular among the residents, especially the kids who saw him as a hero in more ways than one. Clara Bell, the owner of the rescued puppy, was at the height of her acting career. Known for her roles in various action-packed thrillers and heartfelt dramas, she was as much admired for her acting prowess as she was for her philanthropic efforts, particularly in animal rights activism. Her home in Los Angeles was her sanctuary away from the demands of Hollywood, shared with her beloved pets, including the newest addition, Max, the puppy Jake had saved. The day of the fire, Clara was at a film shooting in Canada, unaware of the impending chaos at her home and the danger her beloved Max would face. Her assistant, Sophie, who was tasked with caring for Max, had accidentally left a candle burning, which was the likely cause of the fire. Sophie, distraught and overwhelmed by the situation, was the one who had called the fire department, her voice trembling over the phone, unknowingly setting the stage for Jake's heroic act. The rescue of Max was not just another day's work for Jake. It was a reaffirmation of his life's mission, to save lives, whether they be human or animal. However, this particular act of bravery was about to take an unexpected turn. As news of the rescue spread across social media, thanks to onlookers at the scene, it caught the attention of the local news outlets. The story of a brave firefighter saving a Hollywood star's puppy had all the elements of a feel-good news piece that captivated the city. Meanwhile, Clara, upon learning about the fire and Max's rescue, felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude mixed with a compelling desire to personally thank the firefighter who had risked his life for her pet. Her plan to meet Jake would not only bring them into each other's worlds, but would also spark a series of events that neither could have anticipated, blending Jake's straightforward, altruistic life with the complex, often superficial world of Hollywood stardom. The pivotal moment that altered the course of Jake's life came just 2 days after the fire. As he was finishing his shift at Station 19, a sleek black limousine pulled up outside the firehouse, a stark contrast to the usual scene of rugged fire trucks and practical utility vehicles. From the limousine stepped Clara Bell herself, her presence causing a stir among the firefighters and passers-by alike. Clara, with her charismatic aura and camera-ready smile, approached Jake directly. Flanked by her assistant Sophie and followed by a couple of eager journalists who had caught wind of her visit, she extended her hand to Jake with heartfelt warmth. "You must be Jake Martinez," she said, her voice conveying a mix of relief and profound gratitude. "I'm Clara Bell. I can't thank you enough for saving Max. You're a hero, and I wanted to express my gratitude in person." This encounter was captured by the journalists and quickly made its way onto social media and local news. Suddenly, Jake found himself thrust into the spotlight, a hero in the public eye not just for his bravery, but as the firefighter who saved a celebrity's dog. The news spread like wildfire, and within hours, Jake's story was trending online. This incident marked a clear before and after in Jake's life. Prior to this, he was a dedicated firefighter, known and respected within his community and station, but relatively unknown to the wider public. Now he was a local celebrity, associated with one of Hollywood's beloved stars. This exposure brought new opportunities and challenges, forcing Jake to navigate his role as a firefighter alongside the unexpected fame that came with saving Clara Bell's puppy. Following his unexpected thrust into the limelight, Jake's life began to change in ways he had never anticipated. The media's fascination with his heroic rescue of Clara Bell's puppy turned him into an overnight sensation. Invitations to appear on talk shows, participate in charity events, and even a proposal for a documentary about his life as a firefighter started pouring in. While this new fame brought positive attention to Station 19 and the critical work of firefighters, it also introduced a set of complex challenges for Jake. Initially, Jake embraced the attention with humility and saw it as an opportunity to highlight the importance of fire safety and community service. However, the continuous media presence at the station and the relentless public scrutiny began to wear on him and his crew. His captain, Luis Ramirez, although proud of Jake, expressed concerns about the distractions caused by the media frenzy. The station had to balance their commitment to their critical duties with the onslaught of attention, which wasn't always conducive to their demanding work environment. Moreover, Jake's personal life became increasingly complicated. His long-standing relationship with his high school sweetheart, Emily, began to strain under the pressure of his newfound celebrity status. Emily felt sidelined by the constant attention and the intrusion of their previously quiet life. She missed the simplicity of their relationship, now overshadowed by public engagements and endless interviews. As Jake navigated his rising fame, he also faced internal dilemmas about his identity and values. He worried that the spectacle of celebrity was overshadowing his real work as a firefighter. During a particularly reflective evening, Luis sat down with Jake, offering advice that resonated deeply. "Remember why you joined the fire service, Jake. It wasn't for headlines. It's about helping people, about being there in their worst moments," Luis reminded him, urging Jake to stay grounded amidst the whirlwind of attention. Complications escalated when a high-profile charity event, where Jake was a guest speaker, was suddenly disrupted by a fire emergency nearby. Jake was forced to leave the event abruptly to respond to the call. The incident, caught on camera, showcased his dedication to his duty over fame. This dramatic turn of events brought praise but also sparked a debate in the media about the responsibilities and pressures faced by public servants like Jake. Amid these external pressures, Jake's commitment to his job led him to a critical rescue operation. A massive fire broke out in a historical part of the city, threatening a residential building. Prioritizing his firefighter oath, Jake led a risky but successful operation to evacuate the residents and extinguish the fire. This act of bravery, captured live by news helicopters, not only saved lives, but also reinforced his role as a dedicated firefighter, not just a temporary media sensation. This sequence of events heightened the tension between Jake's public persona and his core responsibilities. Each challenge forced him to make decisions that reflected his priorities and values, shaping his character and defining his path forward. As the public and his peers watched how he handled these situations, Jake realized that his true impact went far beyond the fleeting glare of the spotlight. The climax of Jake's journey unfolded during the most catastrophic wildfire season Los Angeles had seen in years. With the city under siege from multiple blazes, Jake and his team were on the front lines, battling relentless flames that threatened to engulf entire neighborhoods. Amidst this chaos, a dire situation arose that tested Jake to his limits, both as a firefighter and a newfound public figure. One afternoon, as the Santa Ana winds whipped ferociously, a fast-moving fire approached the outskirts of a densely populated area, trapping residents in their homes. The situation was dire, and the fire department mobilized all available units to the scene. Jake, leading one of the squads, coordinated the evacuation efforts, navigating through smoke-choked streets and flames that licked at the edges of the community. As Jake and his team worked to evacuate an elderly care facility, news helicopters hovered above, broadcasting live footage of the harrowing rescue. The country watched as Jake, covered in soot and sweat, emerged repeatedly from the smoke-filled building, guiding frightened residents to safety. His heroic efforts were emblematic of the bravery displayed by all firefighters, but his recent fame focused the public's attention squarely on him. The pinnacle of this dramatic rescue came when Jake learned that among those trapped was Clara Bell's aunt, a resident of the care facility. Recognizing the personal stakes now involved and the media spotlight intensifying, Jake pushed his physical and emotional boundaries. With the building's structure compromised and the fire closing in, Jake made one final, perilous journey into the building. Inside, he found Clara's aunt in her room, too frail to escape on her own. With flames encroaching and the building's integrity failing, Jake carefully lifted her, making his way back through the fiery maze, a race against time that was breathlessly followed by viewers around the world. Just as they reached safety, part of the roof collapsed behind them, a near miss that underscored the peril of the situation. This rescue not only solidified Jake's status as a true hero, but also brought his story full circle. The personal connection to Clara, the intense media coverage, and the dramatic nature of the rescue converged to highlight the profound impact of his dual roles as both a public figure and a dedicated firefighter. This moment, fraught with danger and drama, tested his resolve, his skills, and his heart in ways he had never imagined. Back at the station, after the fires had been subdued, Jake was met with cheers from his team and an emotional thank you from Clara, who arrived in person. Her gratitude was profound, not just for saving her aunt, but for exemplifying the courage and dedication of those who risk their lives in service to others. This event, while showcasing his bravery, also reaffirmed his commitment to his core values and his community, proving that true heroism lies in the strength to face such immense challenges head-on. In the aftermath of the wildfire crisis and the dramatic rescue of Clara Bell's aunt, Jake found himself once again in the national spotlight. However, the intensity of recent events brought a period of reflection for Jake. He realized the deep impact his role could have, not just on his own life but also on those he served. This understanding led him to reevaluate how he could best use his influence as both a firefighter and a public figure. In the days following the rescue, Jake decided to use his newfound fame more proactively. With the support of Clara, who was immensely grateful for her aunt's rescue, they launched a joint initiative to raise awareness and funds for disaster preparedness and support for emergency services. Their efforts were aimed at not only aiding those affected by the fires, but also at preventing future disasters through education and resources. Meanwhile, within Station 19, Jake's experiences and the commendation he received for his bravery strengthened the bond among the crew. Captain Luis Ramirez organized a debriefing session where Jake shared his insights from the field, emphasizing the importance of teamwork and preparedness. This session helped newer firefighters understand the realities of their job and galvanized the team to enhance their training protocols. Jake's relationship with Emily also began to stabilize. She had been deeply moved by his selflessness and bravery, and their conversations post-crisis brought them closer. They worked through the challenges posed by Jake's public role, finding new ways to cherish and support each other's endeavors, ensuring their personal connection remained strong amid public demands. As the community rebuilt, Jake's heroic image was tempered by his earnest efforts to redirect attention from himself to the broader needs of the community and his fellow firefighters. This shift not only resolved the internal conflict Jake felt about his fame, but also deepened his commitment to his life's work, blending his personal integrity with his public responsibilities. As the season changed and the community began to recover from the wildfires, Jake found a new equilibrium. He embraced his role as a spokesperson for firefighter safety and community preparedness, balancing public appearances with his duties at Station 19. His efforts alongside Clara Bell had raised significant funds, part of which was used to upgrade equipment for his and other fire stations, enhancing their capability to manage future emergencies more effectively. Clara, profoundly influenced by the events and Jake's dedication, continued her advocacy for emergency preparedness, integrating this new passion with her existing philanthropic endeavors. Her relationship with Jake evolved into a lasting friendship, bound by mutual respect and a shared commitment to making a tangible difference. Back at home, Jake and Emily solidified their bond, invigorated by their shared experiences and the challenges they overcame together. They planned their future with a focus on community service, inspired to give back to the city that had supported them through thick and thin. In the end, Jake's journey came full circle. From a local hero to a national figure, he remained grounded in his mission to serve, protect, and inspire, his life an exemplar of bravery and benevolence within the community he cherished. Jake Martinez's story is a profound reminder of the impact one individual can have on their community and beyond. It teaches us that heroism isn't just about the bold actions taken in moments of crisis, but also about the choices we make every day to support and uplift those around us. Jake's journey from a dedicated firefighter to a community leader illustrates the power of responsibility and compassion in shaping a better world. This narrative invites us to consider how we, too, can contribute to our communities, whether through small acts of kindness, volunteering, or simply by being informed and prepared for emergencies. It challenges us to think about our own potential to affect change and protect those in need, encouraging a proactive stance on personal and community safety. We encourage you to reflect on this story and share your thoughts. How does Jake's story inspire you? What actions can you take to make a difference in your own community? Your stories and insights are valuable, and we invite you to share them in the comments below. If you found Jake's tale inspiring, please subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Let's spread the message of courage, community, and compassion. Together we can build stronger, safer, and more supportive communities. Remember, every one of us has the potential to be someone's hero. What will your story be?